Okay, where we left off last time is here's our HTML. Well, here's our HTML. This is the result of our HTML. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and start working with our styles. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and describe each of the boxes. So each of these are going to be inside a box. So we're going to go ahead and create that by using dot, and that's what we use for classes. So if you think in high school your classes were in periods, well, there you go. There's a period. And this is going to be start box. And then we're going to put it in braces. All right, and then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a border style on there. And you can see that it starts to fill in the blanks for me. So border style, and you can see border style is selected, so I press tab. And I said I want this to be solid. And the next thing I'm going to do is the width. And you can see that also filled in, so I press tab. And it's going to be 2 pixels. And then the final thing I'm going to do is add some padding on the box. And there it is. So padding is what separates the stuff inside the box from the box walls. Margin is what's on the outside of the box, so the outside box walls to the things around it. So we do a 20 pixel one, so that's 20 dots on the page. Okay, so we did that. And if I do file and save all and then refresh over here, you can see that, so that was the only one that had that. Let's go ahead and figure out what is going on with my HTML. And you can see I only did that one. All right, so all of these are going to have a class of start box. I don't know how I missed that, but I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And we're going to say header with a class of start box, and nav with a class of start box, and section already has it. That's why we see that over there. And then aside with a class of start box, and then footer with a class of start box. All right, since all of those will now share those same styles, I'll simply do file and save all and then refresh. Bam, now they all have the same styles. But we want each individual one to have his own individual style, as ugly as it may turn out to be. So let's go in here and say, well, for my header HTML, in fact, let me go ahead and let's finish this up. We want to do a background color, and the background color is going to be aqua. Now, I'm using names, but in professionally, you never want to use names. You want to use hex codes, or you want to use RBG in there. I use names just because it's so much easier for you to look back and see which element has what. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a file, save all, but the next thing I want to do is I want to do view and then change my layout to 2 columns. All right, so that's going to make it 2 columns, and I'm going to move my CSS to the other column like that. And then I'm going to move this all the way in, move this over, so we can see what we're doing here. All right, so there's the header. I just did that header there. I'll do file and save all and then refresh. Bam, now that has aqua. All right, let's go ahead and do the rest of them. So we have a nav element. Notice, whoops, yeah. We have a nav element. Notice there's no dot in front of them because those are just element names. And we're going to do a background color. And this one is going to be wheat. All right. And then I have section. And section is going to be lime. Whoops, no. Background color, lime. And then my next one, I wanted that. And then my next one is going to be my aside. And background color. And that one is going to be yellow. you can't see that really. Okay. Again. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to have is our footer. And our footer is going to be fuchsia. So background color, fuchsia, S-I-A. Okay. We'll figure that spelling, and then we'll do file, save all, and then we'll refresh over here. We'll have aqua, wheat, lime. So the nav is okay, wheat, lime, yellow, and fuchsia. Bam, there's all our colors. All right, as unattractive as they are. So let's see, how much time do we have left? We have 6 minutes. So if I go into colors, and in here what I'll type in is a CSS color, and then let's go to, I don't know, I like some of these other ones a little bit better. I don't see the one I'm looking for. So let's just go to W3 Schools, the color picker. Okay. In fact, let's do this even better. I'm going to go back again. Whoops. And let's do this. Lime. Okay, so let's go take a look at color names. And here are the names that we can all use. There's a bunch of them. So this is W3 Schools, colors, color names. And if we go down here to lime, which I'm using, come on now. Okay, there's lime, and this is the actual hex code we should be using. So if I copy that and come over here and paste it in, whoops. And then do file, save all, and then let's go back to our page, basic site, and then refresh. Of course, nothing's going to happen. So let's go back and pick a different one. We did lime on that one. Let's change that to a, I'm trying to think of a color we don't use. Magenta is kind of close to fuchsia. Let's use lime green. It's just going to be a little slightly darker. So I'll go ahead and use that. Just so we can see a difference. So I'm going to do file, save all, and then go back and refresh. You can see now it's a little bit darker green. So hex codes is really what we should be using. Shouldn't be using the color names in, like I said, in professional. But in this class, I'm going to use almost all names, and the reason for that is that it's just so much easier to go back and see where each of these is the yellow one, where you wouldn't know that that would be the lime green. So here's another one. There's aqua, which we're using. Let's use aquamarine. So right here, this is the RBG. So if I come up here to where it says aqua, I can get rid of that and then do RGB, right? And then inside that, I'm going to put those numbers, and that is how much red, green, blue, right, is going to be in each one. So red is first, green, and these are binary numbers, whereas these are hexadecimal numbers. So either using this or this is the best way professionally, but if I was going to do this in this class, what I'd have to do is then after that I'd have to make a comment in there and say that this is aquamarine. So let's just do file and save all, and then refresh back here, and you can see it's a little bit lighter color. So just giving you those things, why I use regular colors, why you shouldn't. On your final project, even if you use background color or whatever color you want, that's fine with me. Again, this is because you're learning and developing, and it's a lot easier to understand this color than it is to understand that that's my aquamarine. All right.